In this video, we're going to discuss how it is that we can find the equation of a parallel line when the original line is written in standard form. So here we have an example of an equation written in standard form, 3x plus 4y equals 12. And again, just to review, in standard form, the very first term, which is the x term, has to be positive. So what we remember about parallel lines should be that parallel lines have slopes that are equal. So if a line is going to be parallel to this line, it should have exactly the same slope as 3x plus 4y equals 12. Now, in the previous two videos, in this particular series of videos, we talked about how we can take this equation, 3x plus 4y, look at it immediately and be able to determine that the slope is negative 3/4. We can tell that because, first of all, the slope is going to have the opposite sign of whatever sign it is that we see here. In this case, it's a plus sign, so the slope is going to be negative or minus. And then the numerator of the slope is the coefficient of the x term, and the denominator of the slope is the coefficient of the y term. So we recognize that the slope of this equation, the slope of this line, is negative 3/4. What that means is that any other equation, any other line represented by an equation that has exactly the same left side, in other words 3x plus 4y, if any other equation has that exact same equation, let me try that again, that's supposed to be the letter C. So what we have here is an equation that says 3x plus 4y equals C, where C can be any number at all in the real number plane. So what that means is that any of these lines will be parallel to the line 3x plus 4y equals 12 because they have the same slope. And we know they have the same slope because the left side of the equation in 3x plus 4y equals 12 is the same as the slope of the equation 3x plus 4y equals C. So now we can get to the type of problem where, say for example, we have this. And so, again, suppose we have this type of a problem. Write the equation of a line parallel to 3x plus 4y equals 12 that passes through the point negative 5, 4. Now, we've just discussed that any line that's parallel to 3x plus 4y equals 12 has to have exactly the same left side of the equation. In other words, 3x plus 4y. So we're going to start by saying 3x plus 4y is equal to C. And then notice that we're given that this parallel line also passes through the point negative 5, 4. And that means that x, the point that it passes through, is going to have an x-coordinate of negative 5 and a y-coordinate of positive 4. So what this problem boils down to, since we know that the form of the equation in standard form at any rate is going to be 3x plus 4y equals some number C, at this point all we have to do is replace the x by negative 5 and the y by positive 4 and then determine what that number C will be. So let's go do that. So what we have is 3 multiplied by negative 5 plus 4 multiplied by 4 is equal to C. That means that negative 15 plus 16 is equal to c, which then means that c will be equal to 1. And so just to review up to this point, by taking these two coordinates, -5 for x and +4 for y, and plugging them in for x and y in the equation 3x plus 4y, make that x look a little bit better, 3x plus 4y equals c. So when we plug -5 in for x and +4 in for y, we end up with the result that c is equal to 1. So that means that the answer to our question, it's not really a question, but an answer to the task that we're being given to write the equation of a line parallel to 3x plus 4y equals 12 that passes through the point -5, 4, well, the answer to that will be 3x plus 4y is equal to 1. And so that was pretty easy to do. All right, we just take 3x plus 4y equals 12, replace the 12 by the letter c, take the given point and replace the x by the x coordinate, the y by the y coordinate, do the arithmetic. We ended up with a value for the variable c, and then we put that back into our general equation, and we get our result, the equation of a line that was parallel to the original line. And there is no doubt that 3x plus 4y equals 1 is parallel to 3x plus 4y equals 12. In subsequent videos, we'll be doing more examples of this.